Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. Every day. We do it our own way. Sing it out every day. Yeah, let's make it a good day. Every day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, here's Jason.
Folks, hi. Welcome to the show. Thank you. I was a little worried about you. I was backstage, and we were back there gossiping. Fallon showing us her breakfast, and photographer Eric comes out, and you would have thought Cher was here. And then Aaron goes, "Oh, you guys better cheer that loud for Jason and Fallon." And you did it. You did it. Thank you very much. People love the Eric. So do we. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Jace. First today, Major League Dog. Every baseball player wants to get called up to the big leagues. The latest to get a chance isn't a guy. It's a golden retriever named Bruce. Look at Bruce. Look at Bruce. Bruce, you're looking at the bat dog for the Washington Nationals AAA team. Now he's getting a chance to show off his skills in the majors. Bruce will make his debut this weekend. The team jokes that Bruce leads the team in head pats and belly rubs. That's right. That's right. She pats my head every day when I do a good job. It's Fallon, everybody. Song. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Yeah.
How are you?
Look, hi, Fallon. Someone just screamed
Thank you so much. Yeah.
You look. I love that skirt. You look good.
Thank you. It has an elastic waist, and I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the one thing about suits. I love being in a suit. I feel good in a suit. But just like Shakira's hips, doesn't lie.
No,
it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't. Suits do not lie. They are tapered. These suits are tapered to every inch.
Yeah.
And if you eat one too many chicken strips, you can't get it on. No.
I am thinking that people always say, why don't you wear pants? I'm like, that is the prime example. I need elastic.
Yeah.
Right? I like it. I like it for breathing. I always get envious of men because they can grow beards to cover like a double chin situation. And women, you really can't. You really can't. Not you. I'm just saying in general, like guys can. If I had like a beard going to cover mine up and be like, oh, she has a beard. You know? So anyway, what's new?
And I'm sitting like this, which is the worst possible position. Sit up, Jason. No. Oh, believe me. Oh, no. I speak, look, I have struggled with weight my whole life. I look back, you speak the truth. I look back on pictures and video of me from seasons 1. I think they let me grow a beard. Yeah, I had to get permission to grow a beard. Yeah.
Same. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, you did too, yeah. Yeah. Did Fox approve your beard?
Not yet. Still
you're working on it.
Season 11.
Yeah, season 11. Fallon grows a beard. That's right.
Yeah.
I had to call I got up the courage. It was like season 7 or 8, and I called up my boss. I was on a long vacation, and I grew out a little bit of a beard. And I'm like, I looked in the mirror, and I felt better about myself. And I called the boss, and I said, and we had a different big boss at the time, and she was very particular about everything. See this fun fact? See this pocket square? She was, if I didn't wear a pocket square, Jeff would get an email. I would get an email. Watching the show today. Where's Jason's pocket square? So I had to call for permission to grow a beard, and but now I look back at those. Ooh, girl, ain't looking good. Oh, I don't like. No, I don't like the way I look. Now I'm. Yeah, it does hide when I'm fighting the pounds. It does hide. Yeah. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. If you look real close, I'm hiding a McNugget right there. Yeah.
All right.
First up, thanks, Eric, for laughing at that one. It's first up, it's the movie sequel nearly 40 years in the making. Now it's official. Spaceballs 2 is happening. That's right. This is great. If you're a youngin', you don't remember, the original hit theaters in 1987 as a parody to Star Wars. Oh, look at Joan Rivers right there. Anyway, Rick Moranis starred as Dark Helmet, a takeoff of Darth Vader. On Thursday, listen to this. On Thursday, the creator Mel Brooks released this teaser, poking fun at all the movies that have come out since the original Spaceballs. That includes the Star Wars prequels, the Star Wars sequels, the prequels to the sequels, and the prequels to the sequels. And it ends with the legend himself. Watch this.
After 40 years, we asked, what do the fans want? But instead, we're making this movie. May the Schwartz be with you.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, we know a little casting news. Rick Moranis is back. Bill Pullman is back for the sequel. It's expected to start filming soon. And I mean this with Ringo Starr, Peace and Love. The legend Mel Brooks is like 98. Film his scenes now. Like,
Okay.
right?
Jason!
No!
Yeah.
I mean, protect him at all costs.
Right.
Put him in Tupperware.
Yeah.
Seal him up. Protect him. Do not let him out of your sight.
Agreed. Jeff said that Josh Gad is helping write this also, which I feel like that'll be very funny. So good choice.
I got to tell you, making a little joke off that, but I mean it. Think of all of these legends that are now, when I was young, when people were in their 60s, I was like, oh, God, they're old. Now it's like Jane Fonda's in her 80s, have never been hotter. Jean Smart, we just told you about that, is in her 70s. She's hotter than most actresses. And Mel Brooks, Norman Lear, who we recently lost, Norman Lear was executive producing sitcoms at 99. I mean, it's
wild.
Like,
Yeah.
it just proves there's a third act, and it can be beautiful. It can be beautiful, yeah. I'm just hoping to survive my second act. That's what's, yeah. Next up, you could call it a mix of Love is Blind, a little bit with The Voice. Netflix is hoping to create the next big music group with a new reality show. Let's all look at Building the Band.
It's so hard because we can't see each other.
People could say, I don't want a plus-size girl in my group, and then they'll miss out on the fact that I'm a great singer.
I have a specific kind of group in my head. Definitely a girl group.
I'm looking for a bunch of guys, make the next Backstreet Boys. So I just got to keep that in mind when I'm hitting the button.
I'm jealous of the wind that ripples through your clothes.
I want to see these people so bad.
Oh, I'm jealous of the wind.
Chills. Seeing my guy.
'Cause I wish you the best of all this world could give.
I want him in my band.
Wannabe singers only hear each other perform and then they form groups. It's hosted by AJ from the Backstreet Boys, Nicole Scherzinger, now Tony Award winning Nicole, Kelly Rowland, and listen to this. People forgot that this had happened. The late Liam Payne is one of the guest judges. It's called Building the Band. It hits Netflix July 9th. Ew.
Yeah.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
I will not watch it probably, but if everyone else starts talking about it, then I will.
Well, we have to for the job.
Everyone's like,
I'll watch it for the people, but I'm not watching that trash independently.
Oh my God.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, but see, like I love Love Is Blind. I don't really watch The Voice. Do I like this combination? Is there drama? Will they see each other and then be like, I made a mistake? Will they be making out? I have a lot of questions. Then I might be intrigued.
Will they have beards?
Some better, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, the last thing we need as a society...
making dreams come true? We're just trying to make some dreams come true.
Singing competitions. Singing competitions.
Right.
We don't need any more of them. And Star Search is coming back, for heaven's sake.
Why would we ever do that?
I know. Just give us Star Search and then we're done with that.
Fine.
We have a lot more dish when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. Making dreams come true. We don't need any more of that. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Father's Day is Sunday, and Kimmel decided to put some dads to the test. This didn't go well. Watch this.
Every year we go out onto Hollywood Boulevard to give some of the dads passing by a quiz to find out how much they know about their kids. We call it Pop Quiz. It's always disappointing, and it's time once again to see if father really does know best. When is your daughter's birthday?
Her birthday is, oh my God. Oh my God, I can't. I am the bad dad, dude.
Who are your daughter's best friends?
Ooh.
I would say... I don't know.
Can you name any of your daughter's friends?
Sure.
Does your daughter play any instruments?
She plays the recorder.
No.
What did your daughter dress up as for Halloween this last year?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Wednesday? No? I feel like you were like some kind of pop star, like an artist or something.
I was the Toy Story alien.
Yeah, that's...
Can you name any of your son's current teachers?
None.
How many of the 1983 New York Islanders can you name?
All of them.
And he sat there and he named them all. Look at that. Look at that. Audience, he really did. Look at that. He named them all. This doesn't surprise me. I got to tell you, I always joke, you know, my dad and I didn't get along, and he's no longer with us, but we didn't have a lot in common. I always joke, I think my dad and I spoke like 22 times. And I did that to him one day. We got into a big fight. You know, I was getting ready to senior year in high school, so you're feeling your Wheaties. I looked at him and I go, name one friend of mine. And he looked at me like he was on Jeopardy. You know what I mean? He's like, couldn't do it. And I'm like, yep, that's what I thought there, Skippy. Yeah.
Oh, wild.
Yeah. Couldn't name one friend of mine. Yeah. I will never forget that fight as long as I live.
Yeah, dads, if you're watching, you should know those.
Yeah.
Let's try a little harder tonight at the dinner table.
Let me end with a positive. I bet Jake would be great at that.
He'd be better than me. He would. I know it. But I mean, I could at least pass those questions.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Gosh.
More dish now. Let's talk some movies. We have good news and we have bad news for Disney when it comes to the summer box office. First, let's start with the positive. There is a new milestone for the live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch. Listen to this. It's now earned $800 million around the world and is still going strong. The movie is expected to reach 1 billion very soon, probably after this weekend, especially around here where it's going to rain for the next month. The audience is laughing through their tears. Yeah. Now the bad news. Despite actually some good reviews and a decent start at the box office, the latest Marvel movie, Thunderbolts, expected to lose millions of dollars for the Mouse House. Since opening in May, it earned $371 million. But you're thinking to yourself, well, that's a lot of money. Well, it had to make $425 million just to break even. Just to break even. To me, it is a very easy diagnosis, and that is this. It's two-parter. It's first what you and I have said many times because we feel this way, and I think we're representative of the people. We have gotten to the point 10, 12 years into all these Marvel movies interconnecting that going to these movies feels like work to people, and they feel like they have to watch this movie, this movie, this movie, this movie, this movie before they venture out to watch the newest movie. You mix that with the second part of the recipe of the disaster of this is these mid-range superheroes that Betty from Anoka doesn't know about. Everybody knows Captain America. Everybody knows Iron Man. Everybody knows you can take a chance here and there, but give us the main, the Class A superheroes, and we'll go to that movie. People aren't going to go to Toilet Man. You know what I mean? You know.
I don't know. Now I'm intrigued. What's his backstory?
It's a very, he was a plumber.
Okay.
He was a plumber. Yeah. Went into the sewers, a little nuclear stuff down there. He turned into Toilet Man. Yeah.
All right.
I just wrote it right then. You agree?
Yeah, I mean, it felt like a little bit of a ripoff of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Toilet Man story.
I wasn't asking for a review of my Toilet Man plot.
I know.
Do you agree with my assessment?
Yeah, but I thought people liked Thunderbolts. I thought people were saying like, you didn't have to see all their other ones, and this one was good, and they're going to be the new Avengers or whatever.
But people, this audience, a great cross-section of people, they couldn't name 3 people from Thunderbolts. You know what I mean? If I say the Avengers, 95% of them would be able to name maybe one superhero from that. Thor, Iron Man, little Spider Kid. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Spider Kid.
Sticking with movies, next up in the dish, Dakota Johnson is back on the big screen this weekend in the new romantic comedy that Fallon's been excited about for a while, Materialists. She's a matchmaker deciding between Pedro Pascal and Chris Evans. Well, which, by the way, is driving Fallon crazy because she thinks she knows how this movie is going to end, and it's not the way she wants. No. Dakota was a guest on Hot Ones this week and called out movie studios for not making movies that people actually want to see. She says they make the same movies over and over and over again. Watch this.
When something does well, studios want to keep that going, so they remake the same things, but humans don't want that. They want fresh. They want to feel new things, experience new things, see new things. So, I don't know. I guess it's all just a bit of a mess right now, isn't it?
It is a mess. Look at our last story. She said that too many decisions are made by people who don't actually make movies. They're made by bean counters in the big offices going, oh, well, this movie should make this amount of money, so let's make this. And then they don't let creatives be creative. They hire these directors and these producers to do a job, but they micromanage and they helicopter over them, and it becomes not a creative vision, it becomes a consensus, which nobody really likes. Now, Dakota wasn't afraid to try the hottest wing on the show, and boy, did she pay a price. Watch this.
No. No.
I know.
No, Sean. No.
I know.
No.
I know.
I don't like it.
No, I know. And
good.
I understand. That's the problem, is it's probably one of the spiciest things you've ever eaten. And then on top of that, the taste of it, there's no redeeming culinary qualities. Yeah.
I can't. Oh my God.
And then be careful around your eyes. Just don't touch your eyes. Yeah. No, I get it.
Am I okay?
Yeah, you're okay.
Am I red?
You're gonna be okay on the other side of this.
I'm not gonna be okay.
You're gonna be okay.
I don't want anything. I need something.
Yeah.
She had to call for some ice cream to cool her down.
She also was like, I'm not coming back to the show.
Ever.
And he's like, I understand, yeah.
She's really quick, just to put a fine point on that. She's right. I've been in a I don't know why. I watched Terms of Endearment again. I don't know. I feel like punishing myself, but yeah. But I watched, and then the sequel, and I just thought, they would never make that movie nowadays. Think of it. If they would make it, it would go right to streaming. They wouldn't put a movie like Terms of Endearment that's an exploration of characters, a slow movie. They wouldn't put that in theaters because they would be afraid that we wouldn't go to it.
She was on the Amy Poehler podcast this week also, and it was very good. Listen to it. She's very funny. But another thing she said is that actors and actresses sign on to a movie, they get a script, and it's a completely different thing by the time it's done because of all the changes and micromanaging, and then you can't leave it. You're already attached to it.
You're already attached to it.
So, like, I think her prime example was like Madam Web bombing so bad. That was not the script she signed on for. That's what it became. And she's like, it's not going well in Hollywood right now.
No, and then you have to go out and promote it and act like you like the project that you just did. Next on the dish, A Tale of Two Joeys. We all remember the character of Joey from the mega hit Friends. Well, he was known for being, you know, kind of adorably dumb, as they said. But was he based on another sitcom character? The actor behind another sitcom, Joey, says, actually, yeah. Joey Lawrence played Joey Russo on the early 90s show Blossom. In a new podcast, he says the creators of Friends wanted an older version of his character, even going so far as, hello, using the same name. Lawrence claims that Matt LeBlanc, came to tapings of Blossom and would take notes during the taping of Blossom.
I never thought of it before, but yeah, that totally tracks.
It tracks. The only thing I can't see is LeBlanc with like a legal pad. You know what I mean? Like,
but that was
studying the layers of Joey from Blossom, you know.
That was his first big break, right? So maybe he was like very into it at that point. Like, I don't want to mess this up.
No, yes, and I remember seeing some sort of Friends documentary that said, and this further proves Lawrence's point, if I'm remembering this right, the character of Joey wasn't originally named Joey.
Okay.
He was named something else, which that happens in the the development of a show. But now that you've made that comparison, they are. But a lot of these characters are just derivatives from other characters.
Sure.
I mean, you can look. If I sit here long enough, I could probably think of who Joey from Blossom was kind of based on, another character like that from like a show like Welcome Back, Kotter. Have you ever seen Welcome Back, Kotter?
I've never heard it pronounced that way.
I'm just saying it like that. Have you ever?
No.
It has a great theme song. Would you like me to sing it?
Yes.
Welcome back. I'm not going to sing it anyway. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm very shy.
Since when?
That's the dish. We have more show when we come back. Come back in a moment, everybody. Coming up in just a little bit, what is the home decorating thing we are all doing that's a huge mistake? One of my favorite designers, Heather Fox, will tell you.
In the 80s, there was some map usage.
And then comedian Jackie Kashian will get us laughing into the weekend. That and more when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. Look, I know this to be true. There's so much excitement when you move into a new home, whether it's an apartment, your first studio, whatever you're moving into. It's a chance to really show off your personal style. But before you run to IKEA or you go to the Wayfair, you got to make sure you know what you're doing and what design mistakes you can easily avoid making. Here with more, one of my favorite designers. Give it up for Heather Fox. Hi, Lovey.
How are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
Good.
I love that.
Thank you.
You look great. How you doing?
I'm good.
I love this.
I hear we have a lot to talk about because somebody just moved into a new house.
I did. So in the next, And let me tell you, I was going to bring this up in the next segment, in which we'll talk about it. But what's so funny is Heather and I shot part 1 of a story that you will never see because it was shot in my old condo, and we were going to do a before and after.
Yes.
That footage will never see the light of day because I moved, but we'll see the house in a little bit. Okay, I love this topic because it's for everybody, whether they're in a condo, they're in an apartment. These are common mistakes we are all making, and we don't even know it. Number 1, curtains, hanging curtains. What do we need to know?
I think that oftentimes people hang curtains a little bit too low and a little too close to the window. It makes the windows feel smaller. If we take that curtain rod and we go a little bit wider, maybe 12, 10 inches outside of each window, and go a little higher, the window's gonna feel a lot bigger, the ceilings are gonna feel taller. It's just super simple.
So go not only height-wise, but go wider across the window.
Yeah.
I did this trick recently in my basement. I have like a little podcast studio. And you know, basement windows, it's that little, it's like window that big. I did floor to ceiling curtains, and it looks like it looks fancier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and not everybody's breaking the rules. You're not.
Thank you. I'm trying not to. Yeah, I listened to you. Oh, this is an example. Oh my goodness, now that's high.
Yeah.
That's okay?
It is okay. Yeah, so this is an example of if you do have vaulted ceilings, really tall ceilings, you don't have to go just like 8 or 10 inches above your window. You can go up to the ceiling.
You can, okay.
Yeah.
Because you know, on TikTok, there are designers that go out there, they go, your couch should be exactly 3 inches from your coffee table. Is there an inch thing as far, there's no rules as far as a designer basic as far as where you put the curtain rod?
I mean, a little bit, kind of, yes. I would say that you want to be, if you have a standard ceiling, if you're 8 feet or 9 feet in a ceiling, probably 4 or 6 inches below the ceiling.
Got it. 4 to 6 inches, because I know you all are wondering, you're going to get your tape measure out. Okay. We go from curtains, let's go to the floor, rugs.
Yes.
We make a really big, we make an easy mistake with this.
This one I see all the time. Rugs are too small for the space.
It shouldn't look like the don't there.
It shouldn't look like the don't.
Yeah.
We don't want it to be so tiny. It makes your furniture feel really massive. It just, the scale is off. So the rule is you want your front furniture legs to sit on the rug.
Do you guys hear that? And I know some people are saying, I know they're going to say, well, that makes me bring my furniture in. Isn't that going to make the room look small? Your reaction to that?
You need a bigger rug then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Touche, Heather. Touche. But no, I did this rule. You'll see when I show you my pictures of the living room. I moved a chair forward. I looked at Colin. I go, that front leg isn't on the rug, and we got a 9 by 11. I got the biggest rug that Jill Zarin made. I'm like, give me the biggest rug.
Yeah.
And then also, this is let's go to the number 3 because this is a brother of this. Floating furniture. Talk to us.
Well, I don't love when all of the furniture is touching a wall, right? Let's pull it out a little bit. It makes it just feel a lot more intentional, right? And it can make the space feel just a little cozier. Your sofa doesn't have to be up against a wall. It doesn't have to be, against a railing or something like that. Just pull it off. Give it a few feet even.
And that's even if even if you feel like it's making the room smaller, it's not. It's making it cozier. That's the benefit.
Right, exactly. And in some ways, it actually makes the space feel a little bit bigger because there's more space in all of the areas, more floor kind of scene.
Because it's so easy. We've all done it. I'm sure you're all watching, and you're looking at your living room right now if you're watching us. And you're looking, and our instinct is just to push everything because we're thinking, oh, if we put all the furniture around the perimeter, we'll have more room in the middle.
Right.
So you're just saying just move everything in a little bit.
A little bit. And it doesn't, there are spaces, of course. If it's a square room and you don't have a ton of space, just don't have it sitting far up against the wall. Give it, even like 4 or 5 inches before it touches the wall.
Number 4, overhead lighting. What do we need to know?
Overhead lighting is great. We love it. Add some layered lighting in. So lamps. What that means is lamps.
So even if you have like a cup, what is it called? Not puck lights, but
can lighting.
Can lighting.
Can lighting.
Add lamps to accent that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just don't rely on one source.
Exactly. And here's an example. That last photo was one in a kitchen. Like, you can put a lamp anywhere. It doesn't have to be just right next to a sofa. It can be sitting on a desk. It can be sitting on a kitchen counter, an island. Well, island might be a little trickier.
Oh, that's an island, but the counter in the back,
yes,
by
in the back
like
counter.
little cookbook thing.
Exactly.
Okay, finally, number 5, art. What are we doing wrong? What can we do right?
I see this all the time. People hang art too high.
Oh.
Way too high.
What's the rule?
The rule is about the center of the piece of art should be about 56 to 58 inches off the floor. Really, for me, that's eye level. It should be, so the center of that art should be right about at my eye level.
Or I like what it says right there, about 6 inches from, if you have a credenza or you have an end table, you said about 6 inches.
Yeah, exactly. That would be the one where it maybe is a little bit on the lower side, is that you don't want it, if there's a low credenza, you don't want the art too high up above.
And really quick, what do you think about, I just watched a TikTok of this woman who put this very small picture like this big on a giant wall.
Yeah.
Your picture should match the size of the wall, right?
Yes,
Generally.
Yes, I think they are, unless you're making a true statement and it's all working together. But yes, that's another thing. People often have the scale of their art is a little bit too small for the space.
I'm going to show you my living room, what we've done with it, and I need a little help from Heather that you could probably maybe take some advice from. You'll see what I mean when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. I can't wait for you to see it. I think we did a pretty good job. Welcome back, everybody. One of my favorites, Designing with Heather Fox. Follow him on social, everybody. Fox Homes. Okay, so as a lot of people know, I just moved in. I'm 50, and I moved into my first house. I've loved living in a condo. I love living in downtown. I moved to the burbs. I'm burbing, Heather. I'm burbing. I have neighbors. I'm cutting my own damn grass. I'm a man. I spit when I mow my grass. Anyway, so I want to show you something, and I want to set this up before we roll the video, Leo, because I think maybe you guys can relate. In my living room, because you believe, and back me up here, don't you think your home should, this sounds so woo-woo, but your home should be a reflection of you, right?
100%. 100%, absolutely.
So I told Heather that one of the places that mean a lot to Colin and myself is Hawaii. It's where we had our honeymoon. We have a lot of friends there. The culture means a lot to me. The people, I love the people of Hawaii. But I didn't want to do like a tiki bar. You know, I wanted it to be subtle. So we did our living room with a Hawaii slant. But when you do something like this, sometimes you look at your drapes and you go, you've done all this stuff, and do I just do a solid drape? So here's my living room.
Okay.
This is what we've done in the living room.
All
now,
right.
You'll see
it's so good.
It's like a light green couch,
yes.
Light wood coffee table. You'll see some, kind of that mirror has kind of a rope around it. We've mixed light with the black, Heather, which I learned about watching one of your designs. But see, I have those boring white drapes. You see the wicker, the rattan kind of cabinet I have. There's my rug. Again, I'm pulling just slight with the plant, a little bit of inspiration from Hawaii. What should I do with those drapes?
Oh.
Could I do a pattern?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, first question. Do you need something that's like actually blocking the light, or is it more just for...
It's more, I don't care. I love the natural light. My friend, my best friend Lisa LaCourcier always walks in my house, and she was like this, I love the natural light. Yeah, I have a lot of windows, so I don't need it to block the light.
Yeah, okay, then I think you should do a linen, a nice texture, right? Kind of bringing in a little bit of that like Hawaii vibe even with the texture, and maybe a bit of color.
A little bit of color.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now here's a question. Like let's say all of you have a green couch like I do.
Yeah.
I'm literally sitting here, and I'm gay, so I should be able to decorate. But it's my people's work. But that and flight attending. But I don't know what to do. I'm sitting here, you say that.
Yeah.
But what do I do? I have a green couch.
Yeah.
Do I do green curtains? What do I do?
No, okay, let me tell you. I think that your sofa feels like kind of a neutral to me, actually. Like, I know that it's a color.
It is, yeah.
But to me, greens and blues kind of become neutrals, right?
Oh.
They work. They're like colors of nature, right?
Okay.
So I think that maybe you could have a little fun with a few pillows, bring in a couple other colors.
Okay.
Maybe like this color of your tie, this like a salmon, or like that could be kind of fun on it.
Shiver me timbers.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
And then if that's a color that you like, that could be a great color for draperies too. My rule, Jason, is that if you have like a color or something happening, you want to see it repeated 3 times in the space, even if it's like really small.
Oh, did you hear that? Oh.
Yeah.
So it should repeat 3. So that, Heather, could that be a pillow?
Yes. A piece of art, a tiny little tchotchke, a plant even, right? You have kind of that color happening here in this very real succulent that you have on that.
Fallon waters that every day. Yeah. Oh, okay, so that's great. So I can look at one of those prints that I have that I got in Hawaii, find a color in there, and then repeat it 2 more times.
Yes, I want to see some color on that sofa. I do. That sofa is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
It's awesome. Love
Got it on sale.
Add a little pattern, a little color, and then pull that out in your draperies.
I love that rule. You just taught everyone's going to do that now. Three times with 1 color.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. She's the best. Give it up for Heather Fox. Head to her website, foxhomes.com. Follow them on socials as well. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. Stay with us. That is great. I never knew that. But, so I could do...
Something new every day.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being here. More pictures of my house on my Instagram there. Our next guest is a touring stand-up comedian. I love her. She spends over half the year on the road. Just like me, she's a proud member of Gen X, and talks about, I love being a Gen Xer. Look at this.
I was there in the 80s. There was some map usage. Not as much as has been reported. We mostly use people. I would call you. I would go, I live here, you live there. How do I get there? I'd write down the directions on a piece of paper. I'd leave that piece of paper on the kitchen table. I'd get into my car and drive as far as I remember. And then I'd pull over and go to a gas station or a grocery store and call you again.
It is so true. Audience, give it up for Jackie Kashian, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Nice audience.
They're great, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I love you, not just because you're a Gen Xer, but
oh, there you go.
I listened, I was watching that special. I was going over it in the dressing room, and I've always joked for years, my thing with our generation is they didn't care about us as kids in the 70s and 80s.
No.
Like, our playgrounds were horrible.
Right. They put those, remember when they put those mats down?
Yeah.
And we were like, what are these for?
Yeah. What Jackie's talking about is all of you young people, you have like hamster shavings under your monkey bars. We had nasty gravel. Like gravel.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Right. And you do the monkey bar twist, and you'd, which is, you would jump from one side to, I'm sure children are still doing it, but then you would wipe out and then sprain an ankle, and everyone would tell you to walk it off.
And then remember the spinny thing you would spin your friends on?
Yes.
And little Billy would go flying across the schoolyard.
You'd laugh and laugh.
Laugh and laugh.
Yes.
Anyway. You're from Wisconsin. Where are you from in Wisconsin?
Little factory town outside of Milwaukee called South Milwaukee. It's not my fault. It's east. We're doing the best we can.
Yeah.
It's,
is that just because I know I talk about, and I love it, it comes from a place of love. Indiana, Fallon and I are from Indiana, and Indiana is a cornucopia of material. You know, is Wisconsin just a basket of material for you?
Yeah, it's banana land. But I mean, the thing is so is Minnesota. I mean, have you been up north? Oh, it's nice. It's a straight shot. I don't know if you.
Yeah.
Anyway, are you familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but Wisconsin. Yeah, there's the Sheboygan Bratfest. There's the Port Washington Fish Days. There's a lot of things happening, you guys. It's like Duluth, but not as fancy. And you guys are like, Duluth is fancy. I don't mean to break it to you. No, it isn't.
No.
I love Duluth, but it is not. Anyway, I've just alienated a third of the audience.
It's fine. Okay. They'll come back.
They'll come back.
They'll come back.
I was just outside of Aspen, Colorado, in that is fancy.
Yeah.
Right, basalt. I was in, but it is not as fancy as Aspen, and they could not have been more offended that I did not think that they were billionaires. They were angry.
They were actually offended?
They were genuinely angry, and I tried to explain to them that billionaires don't come and see stand-up comedy. If billionaires want to see stand-up comedy...
Zuckerberg's not sitting in the audience watching you.
I would be brought to him on the back of an elephant. Blindfolded, and then they would kill the elephant. Yeah, billionaires.
Yeah.
Not great. Okay.
I watched... you were talking about doing stand-up in the pandemic, which, can you believe, 5 years? Does it seem like 5 years ago?
I was shocked that you had an audience. I was like, when did they start having real people come again? Like it was 2019.
Oh.
Yay!
I know.
It's neat.
We did the show without an audience for...
It felt like decades.
Decades.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is one thing.
Yeah.
But I felt for all stand-ups, because we can do a talk show where I talk about Beyonce and whatever.
Yeah.
But you need the laughs, and you told that story about... Please tell them the story of you always had one guy on your Zoom that was high, and he was only illuminated by the light on his...
blaze up. And I'd be like, you getting high, Ben? And he goes, yep. Keep going, Jackie. You're doing great. He wasn't, and I knew what his name was because everyone's name is on the Zoom thing. It's nice.
His name was Ben?
His name was Ben.
And he was high, and he would come to your Zoom comedy shows.
I did probably 350 shows in 16 months, just because I do stand-up comedy. And so if the only way to do it is to do it Zoom or go stand in front of a row of cars. That was my least favorite. When people would flash their headlights and go, we got it. I got the joke.
Can you? No. I'm gonna keep Jackie here. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh God. We have this silly little shorter segments, and we do nothing. Welcome back, everybody. Let me tell you. If you're watching us locally, Jackie's doing shows at one of my favorite clubs. I know it's one of your favorites.
It's my home club. It's the best club in the country, honestly.
Yeah.
Minneapolis.
Acme Comedy Company in Minneapolis, Friday, Saturday nights. Head to her website, JackieKashian.com. If you're watching us from across the country, Jackie will be there eventually.
Eventually. I will somehow show up near your door.
We'll be right back, everybody. Back in a moment. Thank you for doing this. Thank you so much.
This was great.
Oh, we have a good. This is a. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, we're so glad you're here. Hey, don't forget. We're excited about this. Don't forget to enter for your chance to see our show live at Target Field. You guys know we love baseball. I love the Twins. Home of our Minnesota Twins. We'll be doing the show live at Target Field on Thursday, June 26th. Besides ticket to the Jason Show, you'll get a ticket to that day's day game where the Twins will play the Seattle Mariners. 20 lucky winners will win 2 tickets. The contest ends on Monday, June 16th. To enter, head to fox9.com/contest. All this info is also on our social media channels as well. Search Jason Show TV. It's going to be fun.
I'm excited. I'm throwing out the first pitch on the 22nd.
Have you practiced?
I never practice.
You never do?
No. I don't know if you need to clap for that. I feel like that's someone being...
Okay, braggadocious.
Sorry.
Yeah.
When you're a natural-born athlete.
Right, that's right.
That's what you do.
Right here, man. This is, I know. We're going to be there. All your boys will be there to support you. We're coming to the game. I promise not to scream as you head out to the mound.
I want you to scream. I want fanfare. I want attention.
No, I mean like screaming like, don't suck!
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you.
Monday, it's our latest fast food field trip. We're trying the new Superman Blizzard from Dairy Queen. That's on Monday, but right now that's going to do it for us. Go out there and be yourself, because no one can tell you're doing it wrong. Have a good weekend. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Happy Father's Day, Jake.